Hello, welcome to the Daily Tarot readings here on the Black and Orange channel. I hope you are well. I hope your day is going very well. And thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. So I thought these might be appropriate because I am here every day. I'm usually here at 12 o'clock Central Time in the US, but I am here every day. You can rely on that as much as you rely on the sun rising and the moon setting and all of that fun stuff. So hello. All right, so I usually take your apparently, but that's not my phone, so I better close this door. Hang on. Okay, there we go. That should be better. All right, there. Okay, so just put your questions in all caps in the chat, and then anything in all caps in the chat I know I know you're talking to me. Other than that, please just type normally. And people here have whole conversations. I have some questions already, though. I'm going to start with something funny, and then I already have 4 questions down here. So maybe that'll cover some of the things you're interested in. So I have, for once, not always, but I've actually have 4 slots filled already. But I'll tell you about that in just a second. 10% of income that comes into the channel goes to feedingamerica.org, and that supplies food to food banks across the country. And yeah, if YouTube will suddenly dump a bunch of comments and what have you in the chat. So if your question goes poof into the ether, it is never, I'm not ignoring you. I'm not blowing you off. Just post your question again, put a YT right in front of it, and I'll know you're talking to me. But if I choose not to answer your question, or I've got to go by my intuition, and unless things are big in the news, I don't tend to read on them. I don't repeat myself. I don't usually read on things, certainly within like a week of each other, unless it's really a big thing in the news. So I think that's everything. After this, I go down into the description box, and the first comment, I type in all the questions from today, and I timestamp everything. So if you're watching this on replay, you can just go down there. You can just click on the numbers, and you can just go straight to what you're interested in, or run your cursor along the bottom of the video. It'll show where each of the questions is. Okay, so let's start with something funny, shall we? What? No, don't stand by me. Not right now. Don't stand by me. That was... No, I don't want to hear that either. Quit it. Go away. It's all right. My phone is having a life of its own. Shh. Something funny. There we go. It's in the Guardian. Ex-Trump advisor mocked for claiming Biden is pushing plant-based beer. Larry Kudlow grumbles that Biden's climate policies would force Americans to drink plant-based beer. Okay, got that, he said. No burgers on July 4th, no steaks on the barbecue, so get ready. You can throw back a plant-based beer with your grilled Brussels sprouts and wave your American flag. Kudlow made the indignant claim on his Fox Business show on Friday, saying Biden's climate policies and attempt to slash emissions would force Americans to stop eating meat, stop eating poultry and fish and seafood, eggs, dairy, and animal-based fats. Amid the blizzard of lacerating social media send-ups, the New York Times columnist Paul Krugman offered a sober analysis of what Kudlow was up to. So this seems to be the latest right-wing attempt to smear Bidenomics. There is, of course, nothing about eliminating meat in Biden's plan, so this is like the imaginary mobs that burned our cities to the ground. Yes, beer is already... Beer Beer is typically made from grains, hops, and yeast, not steak, sausages, or chops. But on Sunday night, Chuck Schumer of New York, the Democratic leader in the Senate, chose a more sarcastic path. He tweeted, "Excited to be watching the Oscars with an ice-cold plant-based beer. Thanks, Joe Biden." Oh no, plant-based beer. Are you kidding? What is the world coming to? It's been plant-based for centuries. Actually, for millennia now that I think of it. Yes, Janine, malt cows are out. Wow. Okay. All right, so. All right, I have 4 questions already that I'm coming up. Catherine saying, as far as I know, hops and barley are plants. Yes. Yes. And yeast isn't an animal. So the 4 questions I have already. Number 1, we're covering today, Census Bureau. Today, the Census Bureau is releasing the first set of results that is going to affect the Electoral College and House seats. It is expected, unless it's come out since I found this, what they're thinking right now is that Florida might gain 2 seats in the House, Texas might gain 3, New York will likely lose 1, and for the first time ever, California might lose 1. So, and this whole Census Bureau thing was a mess between the pandemic and between Trump and then trying to cut it off early and the court cases. So I thought we should look at the census, the 2020 census, and what kind of impact it's going to have, because it's also going to affect how many people can get Medicaid, Medicare. It's going to affect all kinds of things. So, second thing, gun rights. The Supreme Court next year is going to hear a case that basically in certain states, to get a concealed carry permit, you have to prove that you have a special need. You need to show a special need for self-defense. And of course, the NRA is taking that all the way up to the Supreme Court, because you should be able to just carry your guns outside of your house as you want to. Concealed, too. So we should look at that. What could go wrong? Okay, number 3, Biden is cutting taxes for people with lower incomes and raising taxes on corporations and people making more money. In fact, anyone making less than $75,000 a year apparently is going to owe 0 in taxes. And if you make between $75,000 and $100,000 a year, your tax rate will be on that money from the first 75, 0. From 75 to 100, 1.8%. Is our tax situation actually going to improve? Okay. Also, number 4, I did look at India earlier this week, but apparently one of the things India is dealing with is a quote-unquote double mutant variant. We should probably look at that. Arg. Okay. Rachel Ward. Giano. Whoa. And Giano. Oh, Pamela Scotus is going to hear arguments in the fall of 2021. Okay. Gun rights. Fall. So this fall. They must have meant next year, like there's a break and it's like their next season. I don't know. All right. So I'm going to scroll up. I'm going to look for other questions to go in these other slots. So, and thank you, Pamela. Thank you. Thank you. All right, Shirley, why are Republicans refusing to go to Biden's address to Congress? Because they're petty? I'm just getting petty. Let's look at ye old cards. Oh, by the way, I must share. The nails, just plain, except for... Look at that. This has little gems. And this has a bow. So there's that. Okay. All right. Why are Republicans refusing to go to Biden's address to Congress? There's Biden. It's a Democratic fest. He's going to be the star of the show. And Democrats were so unfair to Trump. So deeply unfair. That's what I'm getting. Nothing more. Okay. Thank you. All right. Brian is asking, has Chuck Schumer got any pleasant surprises for us? Well, that was a sweet burn on Twitter for Kudlow. I like it. Nice. Burn. Chuck Schumer. Any pleasant surprises, sir? All right, that'll be number 5. Thank you, Brian. Okay. And okay, White Dragon, the horrible situation in India. Okay, we're definitely looking at India. We're at least looking at that double variant, if that's going to spread. I read on India in general yesterday. Day before yesterday. Oh, sweetheart. Oh, Boo Boo Kitten. You're all right, sweetie. What did I read on to? I know I read on. Oh, India was a Friday. I read on Friday, India's future with the illness at 59 minutes, 30 seconds. So there's that. Okay. Okay, Roxanne, you are the chicken soup for our soul. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Can you read on the Roger Stone connection with Gross Gaetz? I like that. Haz-Matt or Gross Gaetz. I like that a lot. Sorry about the hair thing. I'm trying to get it out of my way. Okay. It'll do. That'll have to do. Okay. Roger Stone, known dirty trickster, and Gross Gaetz. All right, that'll be number 6. Thank you. Okay. Malt cows, yes. And still looking. Okay, Kathy, what does Princess Di think about the royal family? How the royal family treated Meghan and Harry? That's her child. That's her baby. I'm just getting instant protective energy. she knows how awful they can be. I mean, that is kind of the thing. She's disappointed that the family, that the hangers on, she dislikes the hangers on in general. There are a few good ones, but not that many. I'm just getting disappointment. That's all I'm getting. Just disappointment, and that's her baby. And the boys are not getting along. That's. See if there's anything more specific. She's got very sweet energy. She really does. Insult to injury. A Tower, 4 of Wands, and the 7 of Cups. They're taking a break from each other. They had a huge blowout between the two of them. Stuff they've been building for a long time. They're separated for a while. They've got some mess to go through first to sort things out. But she's sad about it, and she just wants to hug her babies. Oh man. And when Kristen Langston was talking about this, how spirits they'll kind of build up their energy, and then they'll come down to visit us, but they can't stay that long. They run out of energy, and then they have to go back and kind of recharge. I think she recharges, she comes down, she watches over her boys. She goes, okay, runs out of power, goes back, gets more energy, comes back. I think she's just doing this back and forth, just to try to help her babies. Very sweet energy. All very, very mothering energy. There's not hubris there. There's not, look at me, I'm the center. No. So that's what I'm getting there. What was the question? I think. Royal family. All right, so I looked at that one. Treated. So she's doing everything she can to help them. I'm definitely getting that. So. It's a hard road. It's a hard road. Being a royal is she does not think being a royal is fun. She went through the ringer. But my gosh, she loves those boys. All right. That's what I'm getting there. Thank you. Bless you. And bless them. Seriously, I mean, like if you're going to pray for somebody, she wants you to pray for them, not her. How sweet is that? Okay. All right. I'm looking for more. And hello. Pamela, how is Betty Ford doing? And Will, back here. I know I have it written down. Sydney has a question too. Okay. How is Betty Ford doing? I get this every once in a while where I feel like I'm writing it down and I feel like I'm sending out the energy. You know, do you have anything to say? Anything you want to contribute? And it's like someone on the other side is like, they've been busy. They're doing stuff. And it's just like, oh, No one ever wants to talk to me. So, okay. Hey, how's it going? Seriously. I just got that. Oh, nobody ever wants to talk to me. Sure. I was paid for doing. All right, we'll get to that in just a minute. Give her a chance to wash her hands, from what she was working on, project she was working on. Wash her hands, head over. Okay, Sydney has a question. Will vaccinated U.S. citizens be able to travel to the UK this summer? I'd love to go to Ireland for my wedding anniversary. Oh, well, congratulations. U.S. citizens. Thank you, citizen. Go to the UK and EU this summer. It feels better than I would have thought. By the way, for anybody who's watching, who's new watching, welcome. But I am not 100% accurate, by the way. That is not how this works. I'm reading on the collective energy, and there's nothing I do that you can't. I might have more experience, but that's it. I am as special as you are. And you are special. Okay. Eustace and go, okay, well, I'll read on that. Thank you, Sydney. All right. Roxanne, Boo Boo Zen Kitty is the herbal tea for our soul. He is a sweetie. Chris, I thought the NRA was bankrupt. What money are they using to fight that? I don't know. Wow. Okay. Pamela, are you aware of issues getting on channel issues today? I'm afraid I don't know. I'm not aware of anything. Sorry. And all right, YouTube just dumped a whole bunch of stuff. All right, let me see here. Where am I? Becca's here. Hello. The beautiful and talented Becca from House of Lenormand is here. Do follow Becca for House of Lenormand, who is awesome. Okay. And okay, Sandra's asking, what is Florida thinking by creating some kind of Clorox solution for the illness? What? What, are we celebrating Trump's stupidity last year, where we've hit the year anniversary of when he stood up there like a moron and was suggesting people ingest bleach? I don't know anything about that, Sandra. Could you let me know like what's going on with that? Because oh, hello, Aaron's son. And Angelica, Rick Santorum is being laughed at. Will he go away? Hang on, let me look. Rick Santorum, he says, there isn't much Native American culture in American culture. Oh my gosh. He's an idiot. Wow. You moron. Oh my gosh. Okay. Rick Santorum. Not much Native American culture. Okay. Well, okay. Well, okay. Angelica, we'll look at that. Phi, I know it's not political, but what is the major arcana? I have the perfect image to answer that question. At least I think I do. What? Let me just write this down. Is the major... Okay. The best way to think of it, at least the way I think of it, all right, is this. And I have, this is the image, the major arcana, first of all, are, instead of being of the suits, the original, like in playing cards, cups are hearts, that kind of thing. Wands are clubs in playing cards. So you've got the cards that are in the suits. Pentacles are diamonds. Okay. But in tarot, not only do you have this wonderful, these beautiful illustrations on the suit cards, which was a big breakthrough that Pamela Coleman Smith, who drew these cards, these Rider-Waite cards that most people use or at least start with. She took inspiration to draw pictures on the suit cards. She was basing it off of a new display of a particular deck from the 1400s. And between the 1400s and about 1910, 1915, when she made these, all of the suit cards were just a pile of stuff, a pile of, and you'll see it on older cards, just a pile of, like just like the Ace of Pentacles here, where you've got one pentacle. Well, ignore, just pretend there isn't a hand there. It would be like, that's all you would see. No writing, just that. And if it was a Two of Pentacles, there would be two of these, and that's it. All right, so that's the minor arcana. And that was the important thing that Pamela Coleman Smith brought to the major decks. The major arcana is in addition to, it's what separates a tarot deck from a regular deck of cards. There are 21 extra cards that they are not related to a suit. They are also numbered. They have been illustrated all along. They've been illustrated for a long time. All right. So first of all, it's an additional, the major arcana is an additional part of the deck. And it was, if anything's illustrated, it's usually the major arcana. Now, spiritually, when you are doing readings, what does this mean? What's the difference? If I get apparently I'm just not going to get any cards that are just plain old suit cards. Okay, let's start with, let me grab something easy, visually easy to understand. Okay. If you've got a 4 of cups, you can look at it and go 1, 2, 3, 4. You got 4 cups. Okay. Or here you've got 9 pentacles. And you can count. There's 5 here. No, 6 here, 3 there, 9. And you got the numbers at the top too. This is kind of human level. When these come up, this is our day-to-day human effort. Just putting one foot in front of the other, doing the thing. It can also be, if somebody's being really just human level or petty, or they think they have grand plans, but all that's coming out are minor arcana. These suit cards are coming out, which means, it's like, wow, you think you have grand plans. In reality, you're very small, because you're not working with you're not working for the collective. You're not working to raise other people up as well as yourself. You're not working to do the good thing, the big thing. So you get these kind of cards. Or this can be just bravely facing each day. This is a card of this is the card of refusal. This is the card of sitting pretty. And you're just going about your life doing being the best you can. That's minor arcana. All right. Major arcana. Let me show you my lock screen for my phone. Okay, hang on just a second here. This is the lock screen for my phone. It's just an image I found on Pinterest. You see how you've got the small figure here, and then you've got this giant figure with wings? If I ever created a tarot deck, this would, no, I don't need that. Breaking news. That's grand. Could you please go away now? But if I was going to create a tarot deck, this is the type of thing I would do, because the major arcana is, in a sense, it's almost faded. It's almost, it deals with the bigger forces. It either affects a larger number of people, or it has to do with your guides helping you, the angels, the energetic beings helping, everybody helping. And you are working toward something bigger than yourself, or what you may not even seem like you're working on something bigger than yourself. But that's what's going on. So one more time, let me just, now that I got rid of that stupid thing, you can see this is what I think of as major arcana. When you see this is minor arcana, these are the forces of major arcana. This is the force of justice. This is the force of temperance. This is the force of the hermit, the wise hermit. This is the force of the empress, the high priestess, the hierophant. And then this is down here. This is the day-to-day, doing what you can. Three of Pentacles, planning. Three of Cups, celebrating. So that is the difference between the major and the minor arcana, which is probably more than you guys wanted to hear, but that's what that is. And that's been my lock screen for a long time now, because I so love that image. I honestly don't know who the artist is, but I will definitely try to figure that out. So, okay. And Ed is asking about the B and the J on the High Priestess card. It's Hebrew. Is it Hebrew? Somebody will know. I do not remember off the top of my head, but it definitely stands for something. And I want to say it's Hebrew, but I could be very wrong on that. And if you're wondering what we're talking about, I'm trying to find her very quickly. Come on, where are you? Come on. Where are you? Oh, come on. Really? All the way at the bottom. Really? Oh, no, you're just going to hide. Oh, fine. You're just going to hide. Be that way. High Priestess doesn't want to come out and play. All right. I'm sure she'll show up later. Okay, there she is. Yeah, this. Yes, thank you. J-Lo's explaining. J and B are for Jachin and Boaz, the mystic temple of Solomon. Yep. Thank you. All right. That is that. See if I can get my hair out of my face again in some way, and then I will start. I've got space for one more question, but I'm sure it will come along on that. Oh no, that did so not work, but oh, I give up. All right. All right. Knowledge is power. If I was saying sometimes we need a palate cleanser. True. It's true. Or in the case of Kudlow, some basic knowledge of the world. Oh, thank you, Cinderlock. Thank you for being here. Okay. All right. You know what? I'm just going to start reading on this. I'm sure another question will come up. They always do. All right, so we're starting with the census. We're 35 minutes in. All right. That did that one and this one. Okay. So now at 36. Pardon me. We're starting at the census. Apparently today, unless you guys have heard differently, serve one to autumn? I don't understand. Unless you guys have heard differently, today the Census Bureau is releasing the first set of results. And it's only the first set. It's not everything. And this is going to affect the Electoral College and the number of House seats. But ultimately, it's going to affect a lot more. A lot more. And this census was a mess. There were court battles, there was a pandemic, there was Trump, there was you name it. So this census isn't going to be damaging for Democrats. I think that's what I think would want to know the most. Oh, thank you, Marby. Thank you. Very kind. Gary is saying this census needs to be dumped and to start over. I agree. But is this census going to Mims is saying serve one to autumn refers to we're all going to have a subpoena colada today. Subpoena colada. Oh, that is awesome. I love that. People wonder why I look forward to this every day because of things like you guys. Polly Wanda serving subpoena coladas. Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Trying to look out over the land and see and figure out how many people there are and where and all of that. Got a strength card and a judgment card. All right. So it was definitely messed up, but it wasn't quite as dire as we might have thought. I hope that's what it feels like. There were definitely decisions made that have legal consequences. I like this. I like this energy because what this is saying is that the process was stronger than we think. It was better than we think. It was not completely dire. But there were decisions made, and Trump thought he could get away with some shenanigans. Oh, nay. The shenanigans will be addressed. So, tentatively, the energy's not bad. I'm not saying I'm not saying, Aronson, I'm not going to say it's going to help big cities or Democrats or anything like that, but is it going to be, we're wondering, is it going to be as bad? Is it going to damage Democrats, the Democratic ability to get things done for people? There's a justice card again. There's the card of things going to court. 8 of Wands. Oh, there was so much that got in the way. 8 of Swords, 8 of Wands, 8 of Swords, Moon. These are not happy cards. This was what led up to this census. I mean, so much came against it, and people couldn't even go out. Census takers couldn't even go out, and then Trump stuff was against it too. Howling at the moon. People are really afraid that this is messed up. Republicans are going to, like we mentioned, I mean, in Florida, they're gaining, it's said that the Florida is going to gain about 2 seats in the House. Texas is going to gain about 3. California and New York are going to each lose 1. Is that enough to how much is that going to tip the balance of power? How much is but this howling at the moon, it doesn't feel like it's us so much. Well, it depends on what your expectations are. It really does. So I'm just considering how dire I was expecting things to be. These cards are better than I thought. But then it's, then you realize that the Republicans are gaining anything off of this, and it's annoying. Oh boy. Rachel is asking a question about Rhona Graff. We have not looked at her in ages. To do that. Okay, census. Oh, this energy. It just sucks you right back into Trump. Even Trump sessions bar garbage. 3 of Cups, Page of Pentacles, 8 of Wands again. There's the Moon and the Devil. It's going. There are parts of it. They're definitely going to court. Okay, so yes, there are going to be there's going to be something in there. At least some things in there that are going to make probably our side just go, oh, nay to the nay, and they'll go to court. But it isn't like we're about to lose. We're about to be just decimated, which is what the Trump people were after. They wanted Democrats to have no power at all. Page of Swords, World, Temperance. It's going to be okay. It will be okay. There'll be some hand wringing. There'll be some stress, but we've got it'll get sorted out. And there's a nice little Temperance card. Our little happy angel there. Little Temperance. That's a good thing. So, okay. Now we go on to the abject 4330. Now we go on to the abject stupidity of the gun rights case that is going to the Supreme Court. It came out great. Just got back, and the first thing I hear is the word decimated. I'm saying we weren't decimated, or we won't be decimated, which is what I was afraid of. But no, we're looking at gun rights, because apparently in the fall of 2021, in their next session, SCOTUS, Supreme Court, is going to hear a case because in certain states, if you want to carry concealed, you need to show that you have a special need for self-defense. And if you can't do that, you don't get a concealed weapons permit. And by weapons, we mean guns. So the NRA, and where are they getting the money, have taken this to court, and they're trying to get rid of, basically prove that people have a right to have their guns with them, not only in their house, but outside of their house. Without limitations. Maybe you get a permit, but once you have it, you do what you want. Guns everywhere. What could go wrong? How's this case going to go? reckless, senseless, more violence, public good. In the star card, this is a well that everyone drinks from. What are you putting in the well? Are you poisoning the well? Because this isn't just going to affect you and your rights. You are part of a society. Ace of Swords. Look at my weapon. Oh, this is also a rallying cry for Republicans. Sure, let's make a lot of noise about this because we don't have enough voters. NRA, this is their favorite planny thing. Planny. I did say planny. Hello, precious. How are you? How you doing, boo-boo? We're looking at open, basically, basically people not needing much of not needing to prove they have any kind of need. So they could just get concealed weapons permits. All they want. And there's an armed man. And this is more democratic energy. And this is a far-right Republican having to walk away because it's come down that no, we do not need more guns on the streets. We just don't. There's a bigger thing. So all of these cards would make me think that they're going to just win outright. Hello, sweetheart. But this last card, that's a card of sit down. And the card for the reading is that card of the well and modesty. Hello, dear. How are you? Okay, I have more things to read on, precious. All right, we're going to look at Biden cutting taxes for people who don't make much money or don't make much money. Yes, we're going to look at that at 48. You're very precious. Oh, yours is very precious. What's your big yawn? Look at that big yawn. My nose is wet now. 48. Biden cutting taxes. How is this going to go? Is this going to work? Is this going to help? Oh, you're precious. He's very precious. Yes. Dog. Pamela Musket versus rapid fire weapons. Gary, permit less means no training on using a gun. You're very sweet. All right, I think Biden cutting taxes is going to be good for us because he's cutting taxes for people who make less money and just charging a bit more to people who make more. Is this going to go well? Is this going to be liked? Slashing. Okay. He's purring. The tax. Do you guys remember the movie Day After Tomorrow? It's like with a very young Jake Gyllenhaal in it. And they're in the library. They're in the New York Library and public library. And it's so cold and they're going to have to start burning books. And there's one guy and he's clutching a Gutenberg Bible. And he's just, he's like, you're not burning this. You're not burning this. I'm not going to let you. I don't care if we freeze. I'm not going to let you. And a guy nearby, he stops and he hears them arguing and he says, hey, there's a whole section down here of tax law. And everyone stops and they're like, oh, okay, let's burn that. It's convoluted. The tax thing is so convoluted, and it's so, over time, it has become more and more favorable to the wealthy and businesses and what have you. So cutting through that would be helpful. Republicans wanting the money to move around a certain way. But this is a happy family right in the middle. Oh my gosh. And this sun right here, as I put this up, this felt like a firework. Queen of Pentacles and Magician. Okay, and this is interesting because there's been a huge rise in women-owned businesses. And of course, there are exceptions, but as business owners, as the people in charge of big corporations and small corporations and one person, entrepreneurial kind of things, as that becomes more diverse, generally, they're more likely to want to share with others. They're more likely to say, fine, I'll pay a little extra tax if it means that kids are getting fed and people are not in servitude forever for student debt or medical debt. And it's like, I'll stand up and do that. So of course they're not going to be happy the old way, but it's change, and people are going to like that, and businesses are going to be like, my personal taxes are down, my business taxes are up some, but I think this might be a good thing. I like it. Yep. Still, business will continue on. I'm sending that ship out, waiting for the ship to come back in. There will be some, of course, things. It will affect certain things. I wonder if there's going to be something in it about sending your business overseas manufacturing. I think it gets complicated quickly, but anyway. Okay, now sadly, we need to go back to India for a minute. 5330. All right, we need to go back and look at India's, open quotes, double mutant COVID variant. Double mutant. People are running out of oxygen in hospitals. I actually have some canisters I have some small cans of oxygen in the house. Because of my mom. She has COPD, and if something happens, or perhaps something happens to my dad, I want to be able to help them try to get some air, if that helps at all, until EMTs arrive. It's just it's a kind of normal small canisters you get for aviation. Mims is saying, can we have a community prayer for India, please? Oh, absolutely. Oh, net oxygen is on the black market. Absolutely. All right. All right. We are all part of the divine, and we are all connected. And we do not need to pass a bar. We don't need to beg or ask. We just, please send divine energy to all of India for health and healing, for kindness, for health, happiness. Just pour divine energy into India and into all the world. Just fill the whole world with divine energy, every place, at every level, for everyone's health, safety, happiness, reminding everyone that they are connected, that they are never alone, that we are in this together. And bringing out all the good in the world and in each other. Okay. All right, let's have a look at India's double mutant COVID variant. When I read on India on Friday, what I was getting was that basically India had decisions to make about their society, and they didn't make the right decisions, so they're having to go the hard way. The analogy I used was, okay, you've been arrested for, oh, thank you, Net. I'm glad. Say you've been arrested for drug use. And the officer says, look, you can go to rehab or you can go to jail. Your choice. And the addict says, I'm not going to rehab. So it's like, okay, grab, drag, you're going to jail. I got that kind of sense of, I have this sense of larger forces like grabbing India as if it's a person, and like it's like, fine, you wouldn't make the right decisions about how you treat your own people, how you take care of things, fine, I'll grab you and I will drag you over here. They want to do it the easy way, fine, we'll do it the hard way. That's the sense I got, that this actually has a societal effect or a societal cause also in there, other than just the general pandemic. Knight of Cups, people are, the healthcare workers are fighting mightily. Bless them. Bless healthcare workers all over the world who are fighting this. Absolutely bless them and bless their families. Absolutely. Queen of Cups. Oh, but they don't have enough. And some supplies have been stolen. The rich are able to get more stuff. But this energy actually feels pretty good. This actually, this thing is nasty. Of course it is. Of course it's nasty. But this actually feels like things will get a little bit better. But it's going to start with the wealthy. Yes, doesn't it usually? But they're going to make progress. All right. So this is not like, we're not watching the beginning of a what's the movie series with Raccoon City? Resident Evil. This isn't the first scene of a Resident Evil movie. Okay. Renya, I like your reading better than mine, Autumn. Oh dear. Are you getting, Renya, are you getting like devastation? And because it is going to be nasty. It's what are you expecting? Maybe I'm expecting things to be so bad that it's like, hey, okay, this is not the first scene in a Resident Evil movie or a pandemic like movie where, or what was that? The zombie movie with Brad Pitt, something Z. I've read the book long before the movie came out, years before when the book by Mel Brooks' son. See, I have little pieces of information here, but I read the book and then the movie came out. That's not what we're facing here. Okay. So, Chuck Schumer. 10130. And thank you for being here. I am having such a good time. So, Chuck Schumer. Does Chuck Schumer have any pleasant surprises for us? And for anybody who did not, anybody watching on replay who missed the beginning, the little funny thing I had at the beginning, it is Chuck Schumer related. He had just a burn of Trump, basically Trump world far right Republican stupidity. So do watch the beginning at the little funny thing that's right near the beginning. Yeah. So other than that, sweet burn. Does Chuck Schumer have any pleasant surprises for us? Look, he's a politician, but his energy is always pretty good. For a politician, I've said this before. The bar is set so low. If I was trapped how would I feel if I was trapped for an hour in a stopped elevator with this person? Schumer? I just get him standing there with his arms crossed, just cracking jokes and trying to keep people calm. But he's still a politician, so strength. Well, he isn't. It may not be everything we want it to be, but at least Democrats are in power, so they can decide who's not only who's in charge of the committees, but what comes to the floor. That's huge, even if it is just, margin is that big. Chuck Schumer. Do you have any pleasant surprises for us? Well, this is a prosecutor, or actually, this feels like a. Sorry, I after I pray like that, my ability to remember facts is just gone. The Inspector General, they're inspectors all over the. Basically, they're internal watchdoggy type people. That's what this feels like. Clear through garbage. This is some underhanded deals done by Trump world. This is theft. This is all the stuff that was put in place to stop these thieves from getting in trouble. And that's either an inspector general or a prosecutor, but it feels inspector general-y. So, but there's so much. There's so much. There's also insurrection that has to be looked at. And that's also this dust up. So I think it's going to, I think it's him getting investigations going, getting committees on certain things. He just doing his job. You know what? That in itself is a revelation. So, okay, oops, that's the only problem with this. It snags my hair. Anyway, in case I'm forgetting something. All right. Roger Stone and Gross Gaetz, 106. What is up with Roger Stone and Gross Gaetz was the question. All right. Roger Stone. Oh, I know. I say this every time. You're getting sick of hearing it, but every time I reach for Roger Stone's energy, it's that same histrionics. It's so annoying. Goodness gracious. See, sit. Roger Stone. What Roger's is doing for Haz-Matt Gross Gaetz. Okay, at least he's quiet now. Well, Stone himself is under, he's in trouble with the IRS for $2 million in unpaid taxes, I believe. Yeah, fruits of labor. You're supposed to be paying taxes with, okay. Two of Cups, a Ten of Swords, Six of Pentacles, Six of Wands, Ace of Wands, Star. It's a partnership. Oh, it's that kind of partnership. What Gaetz is potentially in trouble for. And this is what Gaetz is facing. But no, Roger Stone is selling him a pack of lies. It's going to be fine. With just sheer effort, we're gonna work our way through this. Star power. Right up until the point where a Stone potentially goes to jail for tax fraud, but I don't think I've read on that, have I? Or I did a while ago. If Stone's going to go to jail for tax fraud. But with Gaetz, what Stone is doing for Gaetz, it's going to work. Oh, he's going to try. You get every rotten penny's worth with Stone. Ten of Pentacles, Ace of Swords, Three of Cups. No, it's not going to work because Gaetz is a slime bag. It doesn't matter who you know. This is the sword of truth, and this is Democrats celebrating. This also refers a little bit back to what we were looking at over there with the partnership thing. Your little party. The legal stuff is still coming for you. Good luck. 110. How is Betty Ford doing? Betty Ford, how are you doing? Busy. Busy, working, helping. Growing something. It may not be literally growing something, but it'd be like working in a garden, building a garden, planting something that will, nurturing something. But I don't know that that's literal. Betty Ford. How are you? She's, she has that overview. She's been through life review. She's out there helping others. She's embraced the knowledge, the perspective you get on the other side. And this petty garbage going down here, it's like, oh. Page of Pentacles, Temperance, Judgment, Six of Swords, Five of Wands. I'm not getting anything. It's she's on the other side. Her small human level materialism, tempered. She sees the bigger picture now. She's embraced the other side. A lot of the stuff that goes on down here, she's doing her best to help, to send positive energy, to help others, to help with the different teams. Hi, who are trying to do good. But I'm not getting anything. She's got good energy, and it's an energy of somebody who has opened themselves up, who isn't trying to hold, to grasp onto what beliefs they had when they were here. And while I completely agree that with what Cash Peters, the amazing Cash Peters, has said about you have to have your ego stripped away in order to cross over to the other side and be there. At the same time, it's not everything. I know that, like, I had my grandmother. It felt very much like she was asking me to pray the rosary, and it's like, I'm not Christian, but she felt very strongly about it, that that's what I should do. So I told my mother that that's what it felt like, and my mom prays the rosary. I think she started doing that every night. So why tell me to do that kind of prayer if they still have their beliefs in what they see? So, but no, Betty Ford, she feels much more open. Doesn't have a ton of regrets. She's been through all the life review stuff. She's processed it. She's living her best life over there. Hi, I trimmed your nails. Yes, I did. That's why this doesn't hurt. No, you can go right ahead. Yes, because I trimmed your nails. Now I don't feel like a pincushion. Okay, we have some more readings to do. All right, can the U.S. citizens, okay, about 1:15. Hello, dear. Hello, Sharon from Canada. Hello from Chicago. The kitten. All right. 1:15. You are adorable. No. Okay, will U.S. citizens, be able to go to the UK and the EU this summer? What do you think? Do you want to go to the UK or the EU? You have to be in quarantine if you go to the UK. So that doesn't sound like fun. So why don't we just stay here? Why don't we just stay here this summer? But there are other people who want to go. Yeah, they want to go to the UK. So will they be able to? Will they be able to have that joy in their lives? Travel. Card for the reading is the card of travel. Across the pond. World. Working. They're working hard. Oh, what was that? Sorry about that. The whole thing just went poof. Anyway, I'm back. The world, they're working hard to make it work. There'll be some. You probably will need to have proof of vaccination, and there are going to be hoops to jump through, and there are going to be places where you can't do anything if you're not wearing a mask. But there are going to be other people who you really wish were wearing masks who are not going to be wearing masks, and it's fraught. It's not going to be. It's not going to be the. It's not going to be as simple as we could wish. Really? Okay. I'm gonna lie down on the. Okay, and I'm back because he. Okay. What are you doing? You're a goofball. He's trying to lie down. Dude, it's okay. What are you doing? Let's see if I can get any more information. Hey. Oh, he's precious. Good boy. Good boy. Any more information about going to the EU this summer? Or the UK? Annoyance. I'm getting a lot of petty tyrants and long lines, but it could be nice. It's just, or there might be a lockdown, temporary lockdown, depending on where you go. They're working hard at it, but it's going to be complicated. So that's what I'm getting from that. I wish I had better news. Okay. Yes, Radiator's gross up. Oh, okay, Williams. I love your kitty. I miss mine so much. Oh, bless. And there's pain in my heart, and joy and love in my heart. Boo Boo and Alfie, Pumpkin, are the fourth and fifth cats I've had in my life. I've never had two at a time, but I've had three. I had three before this, and the first one, I was 3 years old when we got our first cat. Anyway. Okay, so, Rick Santorum. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. The stupidity, the epic, mind-blowing, staggering stupidity of Rick Santorum. 19 It's like 1945, I think, when I started talking. I'll just make it 20. 120. Because Rick Santorum has said, you ready for this? Autumn. Oh, cool. Hang on, everybody. Hang on. I've got to figure out something here. And mute that. And sorry, a small technical thing I'm just working out. Hang on. There we go. Thank you for your help. Appreciate it. Okay, we're good to go. Okay, so I've passed the blue wrench to Nasty Woman Tarot. Okay, Rick Santorum is an idiot. Newsflash. 130. Okay. All right. Rick Santorum has come out and said, ready for this? You ready? You ready? There is not much Native American culture in the United States. First of all, there's kind of all of territorial Native American culture in the United States, because within our borders, because the Native Americans are within our borders and they're Americans. So, Rick, yes, Sydney, and then you have things like Thanksgiving. Rick Santorum. Wow, you put your foot in your mouth. Yes, you did. Rainier is saying, Ricky needs to go to Arizona. Seriously, Navajo culture, art, everywhere. Yes. All over the country. That's America. That is study and education and basic understanding and non-racist things so that you are not a racist and you do not say stupid stuff like that. The burden of ignorance. And he is being shish kebabbed. He's being skewered for being such an idiot. When it comes to intelligence, he is immensely poor. cured. I know, guys. I know. So, Santorum. He's just trying to. He's trying to stir up dust and debris and garbage to hide, to an attempt to actually hide these cups, which would be democratic, the policies of things Biden's doing and what have you. So he's trying to just stir things up enough that it distracts from Biden's accomplishments. It's petty. It's small. Remember how at the beginning I was explaining the difference between minor arcana and major arcana? This is on minor arcana. This is him trying to stir things up, hoping that he'll be able to look at his money. But the energy on this is very small. What he's trying to do, what he's trying to be, his great and grand plans for himself, they're tiny, pathetic. Goodbye. Bye-bye. Okay, at 1:26:30, I think we should end on Rhona Graff. 1:26:30, Rhona Graff. I glanced down. It says, "No, don't look behind that curtain." My brain, I just glanced at it, and it didn't pick up on that curtain. It was like, "No, don't look behind." And I was like, "But I can see behind." Oh my gosh, what did you just see? It's like, oh, curtain. Okay. Freaked me out there for a second. Okie dokie. Rhona Graff. Let me shuffle well here. Rhona Graff was Trump's personal secretary for decades, is my understanding. It was like 30 years or something. And he ran everything through her, basically, just about. He knows where the bodies are buried. No, it's okay. I was being silly. Just my brain being goofy. Rhona Graff, Trump doesn't do emails. He doesn't want to leave any kind of track. But Rhona Graff does. She's the one who had to organize everything. And there was talk that she flipped, but it's been quiet, and maybe she didn't, and on and on and on. So, Rhona Graff. She's got this bad feeling in her heart and in her gut because she can't. But she's done what she's done. She's given over information. She's agreed to do certain things. The decision's done. But once it all becomes public, the sense of betrayal is going to and she knows that Trump and his family are going to have this immense sense of betrayal, but she's not going to jail for him. That's not happening. She has to be, she has to look after her own family. That's the energy. Let me see what the cards say. King of Cups. She's already, I don't know if this is, it's well, anyone who goes after the Trumps, they call a Democrat. But this would be a Cy Vance, a Letitia James, Merrick Garland, or somebody in the DOJ offices. This is, yeah, she's talked to them already and given over all kind of information and walked them through all kinds of stuff. Yeah. That's what I'm getting very strongly. Six of Wands. Trump's great victories are all illusion. And this is the Trump dynasty. So it's not just him, it's also the kids. Insult to injury, which is how Trump does everything. And then just bludgeon people when they try to fight back. Just overwhelm them. And that's a lot of what Trump did. Some people say that Trump is a master manipulator. He is not. He's just pushy. He's just unrelentingly pushy and obnoxious to the point where you're just like, I'll let him have his way. I got stuff to do. I'm tired. I don't want to deal with this. I don't want to deal with him. He's gross. I get that he's sweaty. And not like, okay, you have a condition makes you. No, it's just, he's just gross. And he eats so much garbage that it's like pouring out of him. Oh, and by the way, I heard that there's a woman on TikTok who worked in Washington, D.C., and she's got various amounts of little tidbits she's learned about politicians. And one of the things she said about Trump, the only thing I've heard her say about Trump, he doesn't actually like ketchup with his overcooked steaks. It's like, oh, okay. Because heaven knows that might smack of a vegetable. Oh my gosh. What this woman has witnessed. What Rhona Graff has witnessed. Oh my gosh. This is the relations with women, the way he's treated, just lording over everybody else, doing only thing he wants. He was gone a lot. It's like, oh, I'm going to go inspect this building or whatever. And it's like, yeah, right. Yeah, sure. But he was going off to see one of his mistresses. No, it's just, she was communicating. All right, Knight of Cups, Queen of Pentacles, Chariot. Thank you, Chris. Thank you. Oh, Knight of Swords. These are two cards of so much law enforcement aggressively coming after you. Law enforcement coming after you. Major Arcana. Just like the big guns, the big, huge amounts of law enforcement coming after Trump. Whew. This gives me some hope. Oh, this energy's epic. Okay. Wow. But she's communicated. She's talked to you had the King of Cups. This would be the investigator who are on the ground, who are crossing the T's and dotting the I's. And this is her in the center. This was her job. This is how she made money. But, this is coming for Trump. Yes, please. Could we get on with it? Please. Anyway. Thank you so much. Today has been fantastic. I have so enjoyed this, and I'm grateful to you. And hang in there. All right. So that's going to do it for me for today, but I will be back tomorrow. I will be 4:00 over on Book Art Media as usual for writing sprints and writing encouragement for any of you creative writers. And that's at 4:00. So that's in 2 hours and 10 minutes. Oh, Nasty Woman Tarot. Thank you. Thank you. But I will be back here tomorrow. I am here every day of the year, every holiday, weekends, weekdays, rain or shine. If I'm not here in the day, I schedule for later in the day or night. Night and day. I am your tarot reader. Anyway, have a great day, everybody. And I'll see you tomorrow. I'll see you later, or I'll see you tomorrow for the tarot stuff. Thank you.